All right. So, what's going on, KamoKlauZ crazies? Or KamoKlauZ next of kin? How are we doing tonight, guys? Just want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all y'all. I haven't gone live pretty much at all this year. I've done some videos, basically just telling you guys what's going on. If you're wondering where my jacket is, it's right here. Just I'm not wearing it right now. So I'm trying to get a lot of things taken care of with KamoKlauZ. Getting ready for pretty much the end of the year. Like I said, today's December 25th. Tomorrow's December 26th. The suit goes away, gets professionally cleaned, and gets put in the closet, and doesn't come out until next year. The shoes and everything stay out because, you know, I wear shoes all the time, so I have to wear my KamoKlauZ shoes. I have some other shoes that I gotta wear, you know, so I'll probably wear my other pair of shoes this year. But right now, I'm just basically getting ready for the night to end, getting ready for the holiday season to end. You know, everybody's probably sitting at home right now and at their house in front of the fire, enjoying a peaceful, you know, enjoying a peaceful dinner, enjoying a peaceful dinner, enjoying some wine by the fire, marshmallows, you know, all that good stuff, what people do. I'm just, when you guys, you guys got to understand, when I say that I'm wallowing in my self-pity, I'm just doing that for a joke. Because you guys remember when the Grinch was saying that he had things that he had to do? Like, the Grinch would be like, well, it's like 3:30 jazzercise, 4:45, you know, following self-pity. I can't miss that. I want to do that. So the Grinch, you know, he's saying things, and then I always say that I'm going to wallow in my self-pity, which I'm not going to wallow in my self-pity. I'm actually having a lot of fun. But something came to my mind, which I would love to get a lot of people's opinions. KamoKlauZ is actually thinking about getting his ordained ministry. So that means basically becoming an ordained minister. Because I would love to do weddings at Christmas time. So when I go officially change my name to JakKlauZ, I'm going to go get my ordained ministry. So I'm going to do my ordained ministryship, and I'm going to become an ordained minister. So I'll be able to do weddings as KamoKlauZ. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get me a nice robe that's in the same camo pattern, and then I'll be able to marry you guys, which is something that I've actually been thinking about a long time ago. I think I'm going to start going to church again, hanging out with churches and groups and everything else, just to find myself, because I think it'll help with my inner chi, and I don't really know what to do. I'm just going to go to a church and just find something, because I need to start over. So, but yeah, I mean, I want you guys to enjoy your Christmas and your New Year's. I want you guys to be happy and everything else. And now Mike finally gets to go home. You guys remember Mike? Remember the guy that I was talking about, who was always on my case? Yeah, that's Mike. He's my dispatcher. Merry Christmas to you, Mike.
Have a good night. Merry Christmas.
You have yourself a good one. Everybody's like, Mike rules. If you guys actually met Mike, he's one of the coolest dispatchers we have here. He's one of the most laid-back guys ever. You bring him pizza, he loves you. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, and they made a big deal about KamoKlauZ this year at Groom Transportation. They actually put me in an email. So, I guess I'm legit now at work. So, yeah. But, yeah, so I just, want you guys to have a safe and merry, wonderful Christmas and everything else. If you guys do see me, I just want to say I love you guys. I'm sorry that it's been really hard for me to do stuff, but I kind of just keep on doing stuff. And I don't know how much I'm going to stress this, but if you guys see me doing a video and you guys see me and you're not a friend of mine, yeah, you're not a friend of mine. If you send me a message telling you to DM me, and your profile only has like 3 pictures on it, and it's some BS profile, please don't message me asking for a profile. Because if you're gonna bullcrap me and ghost me and catfish me the whole time, it's not gonna help. It's not gonna help It's not gonna help you get presents. It's not gonna help you get anything. I'm serious when I say that I'm looking for the next Mrs. Claus. Because the thing is I want to find somebody who's serious about Christmas. I mean, so I have been talking to some girl, Marcella is her name, and she is here on a program for work. She comes here in April, and then she leaves and goes to Utah in Christmas time. Now, her and I have been talking, but I don't know what we're going to do. But I don't want to have to go through another immigration process. I don't want to have to go through anything. I want to find somebody who really wants to be with me. Okay? Now, if you really and truly want to be with me and you want to talk to me, this is the way I'm going to only talk to you. I'm only going to talk to you through video chatting. So, I don't know how much more I can stress it and how much more I can say this. If you send me a friend request or you send me something and you have a profile that looks BS, I'm not going to message you. I'm not going to talk to you. Because I don't need to talk to these guys living in a bunker in Kenya and trying to get information out of me. Stop asking me if I've had dinner for the day or if I've had food. I always have food. But the funny thing is I fast. I only eat 1 meal a day. Yes. That's why, I only eat 1 meal a day, and I only eat when I'm really, really super hungry. Most of the time, I drink water and milk. I don't drink soda anymore because soda sucks. Soda is a killer. It makes you fat. It makes you ugly. It makes you, it kills you. But you need some kind of sugar content every once in a while to live your life. But there's other alternatives. Yeah. I mean, I have hot chocolate. I have milk or chocolate milk. I drink that too. But the thing is that I don't want people to keep pushing soda to me like I'm going to drink it like a fat kid on a cupcake. I mean, I eat when I want to. I do what I want to do. Yes, I'm also trying to do stuff with the Minnesota Wild with KamoKlauZ. I really and truly would love to be able to have this camo print on a Wild jersey, and I would love to have my own KamoKlauZ 00 jersey. I've wanted to buy one for the longest time, and I'm going to buy one. I just have to save up money all the time. Money is the hardest thing right now. And our paychecks and all of our money seems to go to other countries and everything, and we don't seem to make jack shit with our work. But Swear jar. We don't make jack stuff for our paychecks, but we have to pay bills and we have to keep on living. So that's what I do too. I also have a big, huge project in mind for JakKlauZ or for KamoKlauZ. I want to build a sleigh. I want to turn a car into a sleigh, or turn a vehicle into a sleigh. So I'm actually thinking about finding an FJ Cruiser and turning that into a sleigh, because I keep seeing like videos of the Grinch driving around in a side-by-side, or I see like Santa Claus driving around in a sleigh that's all decked up and everything. So I want to have my own sleigh. I want to have the KamoKlauZ Wild Sleigh, which basically is a cross between the Minnesota Wild and a sleigh. But I also want to have a normal everyday vehicle to drive too. So I am looking into getting rid of the Mini Cooper. I'm actually going to move to a Toyota FJ Cruiser. I was thinking of getting a Bronco, but my cousin drives a Bronco. Santa has a Bronco. That's what he drives. He drives an old Bronco. I was also looking for an old International Scout, but I haven't been able to find one of those either. But I want an FJ Cruiser. I want an FJ so bad. I've always wanted one when I had my Tacoma. But I bought a Mini Cooper because I wanted a Mini Cooper, because I wanted a Mini Cooper with Joe and I to have his and hers. And like I've said, there's no more Mrs. Claus. Joe's gone. She's not in my life, but we're still friends. We talk every once in a while, but that's because we just want to talk. We realize to ourselves that, both of us are better off going our own separate ways. And that's how it's going to be. That's it. End of story. Done. Okay? Joe's cool. I think she's a cool person. I really like her a lot. I tell her that she's pretty. I tell her that she's beautiful. I tell her that she's great. Yes, I think hitting rock bottom is what we both needed to do to realize to ourselves that we're better off on our own. I'm actually going to do a lot of things differently now. Yes, I'm going to try to go to church on Sundays. Am I going to change myself to be a God-fearing Christian? No, I'm just going to go to church, try to, figure out what I want to do. I wish there was churches for Norse mythology. I wish there was churches for people who believed in like Odin and Thor and Loki and Norse mythology and stuff like that, but there isn't any of those. So maybe I could read a little bit of history and figure out what kind of history that is, and then maybe someday, start my own little, Norse mythology church, or have my own Odin church, or the House of Odin. I don't know. Because I like the Viking history. I like the Norse mythology. I like it, but I also do believe in God. Because God is up there. Somebody had to create all this. I mean, somebody had to do all this work, But it was somebody before me, okay? It was before me. There's after death and before Christ, or BC or whatever. But I always say there's somebody before Jack. There's always somebody before JakKlauZ that came here and whatever. And yes, I am seriously going, to the courthouse, and I am getting my name changed. Yes, I keep talking about changing my name, but this profile, the JakKlauZ profile that you see, that is going to be my name for the rest of my life. JakKlauZ. Middle name, I don't know. I'm working on Berserker Frost or Frosty. So JakKlauZ Frosty Claus, or JakKlauZ Berserker Frost Claus, or just JakKlauZ. But my name is going to be JakKlauZ. And yes, I am trying to get meta verified. I want the blue check mark next to my name on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever that, thing is. I'm going to pay for it. But I have to literally change my name through the state and get a new ID before Facebook will take me serious. So, and if I see another company trying to take KamoKlauZ again and turn it into something stupid, because it's just ridiculous. I've seen all these people trying to take KamoKlauZ away from me and trying to do stuff with it and trying to make it an organization to make money. Okay, I do the KamoKlauZ thing because I do it from the bottom of my heart, and I do it in remembrance of a guy named Howard Oberg. Howard Oberg was a Santa Claus in Alexandria Mall. Yes, he was a mall Santa, and he was killed in a motorcycle accident. And he was killed in a motorcycle accident, and him and I talked about the whole KamoKlauZ thing. And I told Tommy Lee this on the radio station when he was on Z99. And I told him why I do KamoKlauZ. So I have been doing KamoKlauZ for 12 years now, because I looked back on all of the pictures and all of the things. Now, yes, KamoKlauZ, I thought of it 12 years ago. But I didn't start doing it until 2014. That's when I started doing pictures and videos and all the shit. Swear jar. That's when I started doing all the stuff for KamoKlauZ. So I have been doing it for almost 12 years of my life, because I've been doing it, because I've been writing it down, I've been taking pictures of it, I've been doing stuff, and now I'm finally trying to get it recognized. So I only have 2 email addresses. I have KamoKlauZtracks@gmail.com, and I have JakKlauZ@gmail.com. Those are my 2 email addresses. Everything else, Tracks Revolution, that's going to be gone soon. Jack Tracks is going to be gone. Berserker Jack is going to be gone. Anything that has to do with my past is going to be gone. Jack Craning is going to be dead, because I don't answer to Jack Craning anymore. Even if somebody calls me on the phone, on my cell phone, they say, "Hey, I'm looking for Jack Craning." I say, "Well, this is the guy who formerly was Jack Craning. What can I do for you?" I even call myself JakKlauZ. When I take people on trips for Groom Transportation, which is my company that I work for, which I love my company so much. If you want to go on Groom Transportation down to the airport, or MSP or anything like that, or Brainerd or the Arrowwood or Baxter, Perkins, you can book online at groomtransportation.com. But I work for Groom Transportation, and I call myself JakKlauZ. That's what I call myself. I know that sounds funny, and I know that it's just something that has to be done. It's just something that has to be done. But the thing is that I am going to be JakKlauZ because I don't want to be represented as Jonathan Craning anymore, or Jack Craning. I am Jack. You can call me Jack all you want. J-A-K. You can call me JakKlauZ. You can call me Jack. You can call me Claus. You can call me Berserker Jack. You can call me, Wild Claus. You can call me Viking Claus. You can call me Camo Santa. You can call me, JakKlauZ. You can call me Jack. You can call me anything. Hungry. You can even call me Big Hungry if you want to. I still answer to those names. But Jack Craning is no longer, okay? The reason why I don't answer to Jack Craning anymore is because, one, my issue with that is that I love my parents. I love the Craning family. I love everything about them. but it's time for me to move on and be myself. And the craning name has no problems. I mean, my grandma Marge was one of the greatest cranings in the world. She worked as a secretary for Senator Barry Goldwater. I mean, I praise her as being one of the greatest ladies in my life because she loved Christmas. She loved everything about it. She was cool, and she was a very inspirational and wonderful woman in my life. Yes, she was. You know, but the one thing that you have to understand is it's not because I'm mad at my family that I want to change my name. I want to be JakKlauZ because it's more for my outfit and my demeanor. It makes me a lot happier to be a Claus. Because I think I've deserved to be a Claus because this is all changing to white. And it's eventually going to get old, and I'm going to get legendary. I'm getting more seasoned is basically what I call it. I don't like calling somebody old. Now, I call parts, or I call like car parts, I call like books, like things, I call it old. But I don't call people old. I don't like calling people old. It makes me feel really weird for some odd reason. Because when you call somebody old, it just really hurts. Yes, it just really digs at you, and it makes me really feel like I just hate my life for calling somebody old. But one of the guys that I've been trying to reach out to, Joseph Robertson. He's the guy that plays the camo elf. He's the picture of the elf that is the guy that works with me. He and I have not done any work together, but I did buy him an outfit, and I will pay him to do work if he wants. If he wants to be paid for it, fine, I'll pay him. You know, he's a great guy. I love him very much. You know, because he was in a movie with me called "Let Me Have My Son." You know that Chris Cruisin and Messenger Films did. He was in a movie with me, and I respect him. I respect him a lot, and I really wish that he and I could do this KamoKlauZ and Camo Elf thing together, because I think it'd be really cool. So I am trying to work with the Minnesota Wild to have a press box next year for us to take pictures. Now, am I going to try to get a Santa Claus? That's through the Minnesota Wild to do. They have me, but if they want Santa Claus too, they can have Santa Claus too. I mean, having both of us in the same room, it doesn't cause like fire and lightning or anything like that, or fire and water. It's just, you know, it's just that KamoKlauZ and Santa Claus, we're both Clauses and we're cousins. It's as simple as that. I mean, every time I go to the mall, I go up and I see the mall Santa, and I call him cousin, and I take pictures with him, and then I help get more people to him. I draw more people to him because I want him to get business. I want them to get business, but I also do it out of the kindness of my heart because it spreads Christmas cheer. So that's what's going on for Christmas and for doing podcasts and stuff, because, you know, I still have the JakKlauZ podcast, the JakKlauZ live podcast. At Christmas time, I always have, you know, Kicking It with KamoKlauZ, or KamoKlauZ live. I'm still trying to find a podcast that I can do all the time, but I'm actually thinking calling it JakKlauZ TV and just doing it, you know, JakKlauZ TV and then KamoKlauZ, the KamoKlauZ podcast or the KamoKlauZ live at Christmas time, because that happens, you know, from the 1st all the way to December 26th. You know, once Thanksgiving's over with, then we're concentrating on Christmas. Another thing that I was thinking about doing is I didn't go to the Eagle's Nest this year. Because I didn't go to the Eagle's Nest because I didn't see anything on it. Was it because I didn't have anything from the Eagle's Nest? Well, I do follow the Eagle's Nest, but I followed it with other pages. Troy Resdahl is a good friend of mine. He was a good friend of mine. He followed JakKlauZ Tracks, and he followed other people, but he doesn't follow KamoKlauZ, or he doesn't follow JakKlauZ. But I think he's going to, and once we start getting together and collaborating together, we will actually start doing more things with that. Things that I want to do next year. I want to go to Bentleyville. Bentleyville is in Duluth. It's one of the biggest Christmas lights. It's actually the biggest Christmas lighting setups in Minneapolis. And yes, Minneapolis, this is your KamoKlauZ. I'm the one and only KamoKlauZ. Yeah, I've looked up KamoKlauZ all over the Facebook pages and all over Google and all over every search engine. I've looked for KamoKlauZ. There is so many people that are trying to duplicate it, but this is the only one. I'm the only KamoKlauZ out there right now that I've seen. I've been doing this for 12 years. So if you want the original KamoKlauZ, I'm the original OG. That's basically what I call myself. I call myself the OG KamoKlauZ. But I do it with two Ks. It's KamoKlauZ. KamoKlauZ. Or KlauZ. It's just depending on how you look at it. But my name is Klauz with a Z. It's KlauZ. Yes, KlauZ. KamoKlauZ. So that's who I am. And I'm not trying to do this to get recognition, to get money, to become a multi-million-dollar organization like Santa Claus is, because he's owned by, Macy's. He's owned by Coca-Cola. He's owned by all sorts of stuff. He's on billboards and everything. Do I want that? No. But if they're willing to do that, sure. I'll take a percentage, or I'll even do it for free. Because the thing is all I want to do is spread Christmas cheer. Yeah. But I want to wear camo instead. Because I like the whole KamoKlauZ look. I think it's cool as heck. I like it. And a lot of other people like it too. Minnesota, this is your KamoKlauZ. Minnesota Wild, this is your Wild Santa, or your Camo Santa. I'm trying to go to hockey games and hang out with Nordy and the team, but I'm actually trying to get a jersey. I'm trying to get my jersey made because my jersey is going to have this print down the sleeves, and then it's going to have the Wild insignia on it. It's going to have a C over here for cousin, and then it's going to have 00 on the back, and it's going to say KamoKlauZ on the back. Because things have got to start, going my way. And yes, and also I want to do KamoKlauZ Cares. So at Christmas time, what I'm going to do is KamoKlauZ Cares, where I'm going to, what I want to do is basically if there's anybody in need, okay, now guys, you got to listen to this. Now, I'm not just going to give random ass people, swear jar, I'm not going to give random people money if they're in need. They have to have some kind of, thing. I mean, I don't have any money, but my goal in life is to start KamoKlauZ Cares, where I actually, help people out in need. I'm not going to throw an iPhone on the ground and say, hey, you dropped your iPhone, and then let you take an iPhone. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to donate money and donate my time to Toys for Tots, to hospitals, to hanging out with people who are homeless, less fortunate, trying to help them out, trying to better themselves, Now, You know, that's what I'm doing. But because that's what I want to do. But this is all going to be at Christmas time next year. It's all going to happen, and I hope it does. I keep asking the Lord upstairs, you know, I keep asking him, you know, to help me out, to, you know, give me some guidance, because I don't want to die yet. I'm not ready to die yet, because I'm just wanting to help out people as best I could. So, but, you know, the one thing that you have to understand is that I want to keep doing this KamoKlauZ thing until I'm, you know, all the way dead in the ground. I mean, I love KamoKlauZ. I like doing it. It's so much fun. It's it's actually pretty funny that like something like Duck Dynasty or that show didn't have a KamoKlauZ or didn't have, you know, something like that. But then, you know, I did it, and, you know. So, yeah. Your car just shut off, Mark.
That's all right.
Okay. Okay. But I have nothing against Duck Dynasty. What a great TV show that was. I love that show. But anyway, but that's what the outlook and the future of JakKlauZ and KamoKlauZ, you know, looks for. I just want to keep on living my life and enjoying what I do and living myself to the fullest. All right, well, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Yeah.